I wish our chickens would lay more eggs. They're old and it's hot. Can't make them.
They don't make them when it's hot?
So the past 4.5 months have been a big change for me. I'm used to that fast pace, get up at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, head to work by 6, try to get out of there by 5 o'clock, try to get my son, and by the time we got home it'd be 6 or 6:30, sometimes 7 o'clock, 5 days a week, and all day caring for patients and working with admin. And I'm so glad I changed. I'm so glad we're doing something different. But I've had a few people ask what my typical day looks like, and it changes day to day. I am still working at a job. I am employed. However, that job is one that I drive into the office 1 day a week, and it's 1 day a week that's very busy, and by the time I get home I'm definitely ready to be home. And then 4 days a week I get to sit here at my home office and do my meetings virtually and do my research and my documentation and all of my work as I need to on a computer. And it has just been life-changing for me. So I still get up early. I still get to go out at 5:30, 6:30 in the morning. That's going to be even earlier, probably 5:30 more often than not, to milk a cow once we have our calf. But right now, I get up in the morning. Our 16-year-old Ephraim, he's been home, so he's been helping me with the morning chores when it comes to the birds. And we currently have 50 birds. In fact, last Sunday night was the first time we didn't have a chick in the house since February. So it was very, very nice, very quiet actually. I thought something was wrong. But Daryl said, do not order any more birds today. But it's been nice, and that's been so fast-paced caring for the birds that it's been nice to have them outside. And so I just want to show you what our morning routine is. Ephraim and I are still trying to troubleshoot and figure out exactly what it is that we're doing. Good morning, little bit. These are the 6 Easter egger chicks that hatched at Paxton School. You can see they're all different colors and have different patterns in their feathers. They have a lot of personality. They love to fly. And in a little bit, when it stops raining, we'll put them out in the play yard with our silkies and our goose. We set up a little play yard in the front yard for the 6 little Easter eggers and the 5 silkies and bantams, and then the goose. So every morning we set that up, clean it out, and make sure they have a fun place to play. Good morning, sunshine. Is that a cookie in your mouth? Come here, princess.
Oh, it's wet?
Yes, I got up at 6:30 and I was getting things ready, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh, surprise. I'm gonna walk you through our morning routine, and then I think Ephraim's gonna come out in a little bit and help me in the garden. We've been talking about getting arch trellises up, so he's gonna put those up with me. And this kid, try not to laugh because he is lanky and he acts like he doesn't care, but I have savored. I have 2 summers left with this one, and I have savored every minute of having him here and just getting to work alongside him and teach him and the questions he asks, and we're learning together at a lot of things too, and just the help that he gives. He's a great big brother, and just the sweetness and the life lessons that come out of homesteading. It's been a joy to share that. I wish, if anything, I wish we were here sooner rather than 2 years ago, but I know God's timing is perfect for us in all of this. So anyways, enjoy, and we will see you later. All right. Good morning, garden. Let's go take care of these meat birds first. Is that Lionel that I'm hearing? No, it's Reggie. I sure hope we get more rain. Good morning, cows. See these pretty girls. It's breakfast time. Good morning. Come on, guys. Come on, look. Okay, ready? You said that I shouldn't have to go. 1, 2. A little bit more. Tell her she's pretty.
Yeah, you're pretty.
You're so pretty. You're so pretty.
Your breath stinks.
She says, I want some of your cookie. Breakfast cookie. And try to get above the fence line there. After we've fed the meat birds, we've got to feed what we call our OGs, our original girls, and Reginald. So the 5 hens and Reggie in that coop, we let them out, feed them, water them. They're hilarious. They're always ready to get out in the morning. Then we refill the guineas water, make sure that they've got food. Willie travels with the guineas, so she has food. Then we go down to water the little layers. So that's the 10 new layers that we have in this bigger hoop house. These are our 10 layers. Pretty sure we got a rooster in here. At least one, if not 2 or 3. Yeah, they're looking good. This one, I know you're not supposed to have favorites, but I have a favorite. Come here, baby. I don't have a name for her yet. Come here. This one here in the middle, she always comes to me and says hello. That one, not so much. They do want to know if I have food, so I'll take care of that. Roosting. We're going to be getting nesting boxes in here in the next month. It's one of our goals. We did put a tarp up for them. It's just getting too hot, too sunny. Give them a little protection. It's okay. I'm going to change out this lid yet. That's pretty full. Okay. I'll be right back.
Get in it. I'm not doing this.
Just wait for me.
I'm too big.
Wait for me.
I got 2. I got 3.
Bye, girls. They getting away from you? It's okay. Come here. I'm gonna hand them to you, okay? Remember I told you not to open that door?
Well, I almost got one.
I told you not to open that door. So we have been spending a lot of time throughout the day trying to acclimate these birds to being touched and being handled, especially Ryan, imprinting on him just so we have that bond and that relationship with him to care for the other birds, but to also be kind to us. We do want him protecting them from aerial predators, but we also don't want him attacking us or our children. So just making that time every day when we go to fill up the water or spend time out there watching them and kind of watching their behaviors, then we know when something's off. How do you feel like our morning routine is going?
It's slow. We should do it faster.
Yeah. How long did it take us this morning?
An hour.
A whole hour? I think that's what it took us yesterday too.
Because the meat birds. So.
Well,
And we dilly-dally.
the good thing with the meat birds is this. We are going to have the meat birds for less than 3 weeks now. Like, they take 8 weeks. Our food bill is going to go down because they do cost a good amount of money to feed. They eat so much. We could do better. How should we do it in the first place? Like, going out there, I think if we filled up a bucket, I wouldn't have to go back and forth to the water hose. You know, so maybe bringing a bucket of water and one person going out and getting the food, because we already have the feed buckets, while the other one goes in and starts pulling the rest of the stuff out and filling the waters.
Yeah.
And then we can move it, and then that way we're both there and I'm not waiting on you, you're not waiting on me to put everything in and lock it back up. So I think we could cut down on time there. So we need to fill the bucket, fill the feed first. Oh. His name is Ryan Grace Gosling because he's very graceful in everything he does.
Why does he move like that?
I don't know. When he gets mad, he like puffs his chest out and puts his wings out. The Easter eggers are wild. We need to spend more time. I think I'm going to put Paxton in the middle of them today and have him sit out there and tame them. Although I think he's probably the reason they run. So there's that.
This is our parrot.
It's a parrot?
Yeah.
What's your parrot's name?
Zuzu.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm wondering if one of these silkies is one of them that's crowing. Or if it's, I'm pretty sure Stella is a rooster. Out of our 10 layers that are in the back. She can't help but breathe deeply.
She's licking herself. No, it was one of these guys crowing.
You think it was?
Yeah.
Let's see. I think that one's a rooster. But
That one looks like a rooster.
It looks like a rooster, but. If we time it right and get out there before the sun is too bright and it's 100 degrees, we get to take the dogs on a nice walk. And especially Chunk right now, we're still doing a lot of training with him. So these walks are really important just for command training and just bonding with him and my son.
Oh,
What you got?
did you hear me, Brett?
Yeah, it was so fantastic. Is it breakfast?
Eggs.
Breakfast time? I'm already dirty, man. Already dirty. And I got chicken feathers on me. So I'm planning to add, we just harvested all those potatoes late, but we did it finally. I'm gonna go add some peat moss to that soil because it's pretty dense. I think that was where our potatoes didn't grow so well. And just gently move that around a little bit. We're gonna add corn and okra and then do some companion planting for that 20 foot piece of bed. I wish our chickens would lay more eggs. They're old and it's hot. Can't make them.
They don't make them when it's hot?
No, I'm like, I can't force them to lay eggs.
Oh.
They slow down when it's hot.
Why? Because they get tired?
It's like anything else, like them being older is a huge part of it, though. They just hit their 2-year mark.
Don't they live for a long time though?
I don't know. I think usually 5 or 6 years, maybe some up to 10. I don't know. Cool. Do you like work?
Shush, princess.
She's laughing. And after breakfast, it's time to get to work. Sit down in my home office, work, take breaks as needed, work. But I'm daily getting to actually harvest and eat from our garden. I still have broccoli growing here, which is funny. Not broccoli, it's just the leaves. But the cows love the broccoli leaves, so they actually come up in the mornings and evenings if I'm in the garden and kind of wait for me to bring them over a treat of broccoli. So, hi Bill. She's here for her broccolis. She said, Mama loved the broccolis. Over and she sees Belle eating. There you go, baby. And then in the evenings, we'll come out and do work, and usually I can get the kids out here. Sometimes I want to be out here alone, depending on how much we've interacted during the day. But sometimes they will come out too, and it's been fun, and friends come over and help harvest, and to see the joy on a child's face that first okra that they've picked, or the first tomato, or the first time they've picked a pepper, and it's addicting, just like the chickens. Here we're finally getting the arch trellis up in the garden. This has been something I've wanted, and everything else has had to happen before we could get this up. So Ephraim, I just really appreciate him helping me. It took all of maybe 20 minutes total to get both of the arches up, but I love them. And Mr. Paxton is my big garden helper. So here he's helping me plant the green beans and the long beans for the trellis. He loves the garden almost as much as Mama does, and I sure do love the time with him. I am seeing my 6-year-old eat vegetables that he's never eaten before just because he wants to know what they taste like, and it's stuff that tastes 1,000 times better fresh from the garden than coming out of the store. We try to spend some time in the mornings and the evenings harvesting from the garden. As the summer goes on, hopefully we'll be getting more and more food. So we'll try to have fresh vegetables as much as possible, mixed in with some proteins, and then just spend time eating together. That doesn't happen every night. We've got a busy family, but anytime we can get together and eat together and break bread together and just work on communicating and talking about our days, I count that as the biggest blessing of our day. My absolute favorite thing about summer on the farm is the sunsets and the lightning bugs.